Michael Hauser with Hauser Financial Coaching. Is Bitcoin the key to financial success? Let's look at the difference between Bitcoin and investing in a low-cost, broad-based equity index fund. First, there is a fundamental difference between investing and speculating. Bitcoin does not represent ownership of a business. It does not generate earnings, and it does not generate cash flow. The only way that Bitcoin goes up in value is when someone comes along later willing to pay more. This makes Bitcoin speculation. Stocks represent ownership of businesses. These businesses generate earnings and cash flow, which they use to pay dividends and to reinvest in their business to grow future value. This makes stocks an investment. Second, consider volatility. Bitcoin is extremely volatile. In just the last 8 years, Bitcoin has had 4 declines of over 50% each. That's right, on average, Bitcoin loses over half its value once every 2 years. And by the way, this does not even include the recent decline of over 45%. Investing in an index fund means owning small pieces of many companies. With a total stock market index fund or an S&P 500 index fund, your returns will closely track the market with minimal cost. Now, stocks still have risks. Companies can fail and economies can experience downturns. But consider this. The S&P 500 is an index of 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the United States. It has been around since 1957. In this 69-year history, the S&P 500 has had drawdowns of over 50% a total of 3 times, or once every 23 years. That's right, Bitcoin's declines of over 50% happen 10 times as often as the S&P 500. Third, consider long-term track record. Bitcoin was founded in 2009, so it has a 17-year history. The S&P 500 has existed for a much longer 69 years, and the U.S. stock market as a whole goes back even further. Since 1957, the S&P 500 has produced an annual rate of return of just over 10%. When investing, do not invest in what you do not understand. Make sure your investments are actually investments and not speculation. And consider volatility and a long-term track record. What is the first step to investing? Well, having the savings to invest. As your financial coach, I will help you build a budget and eliminate debt quickly to free up cash flow, which you can then invest to build your future. Click on the link below to schedule a free financial coaching consultation and get started on the path to your financial success.